What's up, guys? Welcome back to the El Diablo podcast. I'm having a good day. I woke up, okay? I woke up and then I was like, this is my problem. Every day I wake up and I think I want a chocolate croissant and a vanilla latte. Every morning I say this is what I want. And then I say because I'm not supposed to be eating this much sugar and I told myself no sugar. But then I think I really want it. So why would I really want something that was so bad for me? I feel like, I don't know, I've made it this far in life. If we look at the stats, I'm still alive and I've eaten sugar almost every day, but I'm really trying not to eat sugar. And then, I think you only live once. So I went and I got my sugar this morning and then I was zooming around, zoomy, and now I'm here and I'm having the best day ever. I feel like I'm crashing a little bit, which is odd. Usually you don't experience that with sugar. Must be something else. But what's up, guys? How are you? LA's on fire. Oh no. I'm sorry. It's so fucked up, Justin. It's so fucked up. You know what? And this is a pro Louis CK, pro Balenciaga, pro Citizens of California podcast. And I think it is disgusting what the fuck is happening over there. Because it doesn't even make sense. I think there's a lot of corruption going on. I think California is a banana republic. Do you know what that is?
I know of the store, but I don't know the actual meaning.
Okay, a banana republic is, I wrote the definition down, I think, for you. Can you read it?
Okay.
It's somewhere on the sheet, but it's not an offensive term. I checked. It basically means a small country. I think that has a corrupt political government and things like that. Is that right?
That
Pretty
is
much.
correct.
Yeah. California, banana republic. I never thought I would see the day. Gavin Newsom, I don't know what the fuck he's doing. He's the biggest idiot of them all, I think. I mean, the thing is, everything that's happening just feels like common sense, you know? Why is that reservoir empty? Why are you sending equipment to Ukraine? There was a really hilarious article that says the equipment to Ukraine sent by California didn't didn't affect them fighting the fires at all. I'm like, oh, it didn't? You're understaffed, under-equipped. That didn't affect the fires still aren't out. So you mean how did it not affect the fires? That's crazy. And it's just it's just odd. It's odd. It's also odd because this is just a general question. Isn't California by an ocean? I don't mean to be sound condescending. I'm actually wondering why don't they just use the ocean water to put out the fire? Do you know this?
Um, I have heard people saying it has something to do with the salt content of the water and
That's
how
what
it's
I
going
was.
to affect the soil afterwards, not necessarily the fire itself.
Yeah, but then it's like, what's more important, the fire or the soil? But then it's like, it's not like it's farmlands. Maybe it'll ruin people's yards, but I feel like they're kind of already ruined. But I guess fire is kind of good for vegetate. Not good, but like, I think there's a process where farmers, they burn down their farm so it grows back really nice. So maybe that's a part of an ecosystem. But the conspiracy surrounding the LA fires is there's so many. I was reading one article, which it was a bad one. They're like, there's all these conspiracy theories. And of all of them, there's one that like, because remember, so one of them is like, remember the drones in New Jersey? They're saying that who like the aliens who are or the government wants us to forget about the Jones in New Jersey, so then they, you know, set. I mean, I think LA caught on fire and then they did the arson. Like the government was a part of the arson to like keep us distracted, which that whole thing is so weird still, like how they don't want us to pay attention to the drones. How can you possibly contain, you know, people's um not even attention, but people's awareness when we're surrounded by like the internet and access to like such, vast connection online with each other. Like this can't be contained. Eventually you're gonna have to just be like, nah, we gotta tell America all our secrets because we have eyes everywhere and we all have phones and cameras. Or they're gonna have to just cut our phones off. I guess that's the only way to keep a secret, which would be fucked up, dude. Fucked up. But so that's one. And then two, I don't know why Gavin Newsom is such a big fat idiot. I'm not really political. I don't follow politics that well, but this is just so weird. The whole empty reservoir, why would you do that? And then when they ask him about it, he gets all defensive. He's like, Trump's just trying to divide the country. For once in the history of America, this I feel like this issue has nothing to do with Trump. Not to sound all right, but like I feel like Trump is just not involved in any way besides him being kind of a dick and being like, I fucking told you so. Like I don't see his part in it. And then what else? Oh, and then there was a conspiracy that Diddy was setting the Palisades on fire to try to burn down evidence, which I don't think is true, but if I was Diddy, that is totally something that I would try to do. Like that would be a great idea for Diddy. That would be genius. But it didn't work because his house is still perfectly intact. In fact, I'm sure there was police people guarding his house with fire hydrants, being like, this house is not going up. Don't even try. Okay? You're gonna have to get a atomic bomb. You're gonna have to Oppenheimer this shit if you want it gone. That's a landmine of information. Um, I don't think the arson was just some fucking guy, if there was arson. And I think I think it's deeper than that. And was there even arson? I mean, it's the most flammable state in the United States.
It is, but it's the distance between the fires, and they have actually caught people like trying to set them. So
Oh, you fuckers. It is so devastating to think you have nothing. Did you see the 99-year-old man who said he's like my whole life is just gone, or he's 90 years old. And I'm like, brother, like that's so and it's even worse that it's happening to rich people. Just kidding. But yeah, it's Spencer and Heidi. That's sad. Paris Hilton's whole house gone, sad. Oh, it's so devastating. How do you even like, what's with the insurance companies? Then fire insurance companies not giving LA citizens fire insurance is like Florida not giving citizens hurricane insurance. Yeah, it's likely, but that's why you have fucking insurance. Like, what are you talking about? We need Luigi now more than ever. Okay? Because this insurance, the insurance business has to be the most corrupt. I think it's big pharma, big insurance, and then there has to be a third that I'm not thinking of. Probably just Elon Musk in general. Oh God, this is a mess. This is I mean, and on top of that, now the rental market in California is through the roof. I mean, it's more expensive now than ever because everyone's trying to find a home. It just seems so unfair. Like now you have to triple, quadruple down because your house burned down. How do you even have that money? So many people don't. Like you should just be giving houses for free. And if all the houses run out, then best case scenario, they don't have to live in a place where their house might burn down again. Ooh. This is to me, I personally think that someone should go to jail for these fires. Like I think someone in the California government should go to jail because it feels like negligence. It feels like they're underprepared, understaffed. They cut the fire department. They made budget cuts. Wait, what was this? There was something about the budget cuts. Um, is there anything in the budget cuts in the thing I sent you, Justin? Yeah, where there was like, oh, okay, under Gavin Newsom defunding the fire department. Oh my God. In June, Mayor Karan Bass approved a city budget of almost 13 billion that included a 17.4 million cut to the LAFD's the Los Angeles Fire Department. More than 800 million 2025 budget. Oh my God. Can you click on that? See what it says. Dude, that's so crazy. You, again, it's weird because it's like fire's the issue. I think that's your biggest threat besides like maybe a earthquake. But do you guys even get big earthquakes in LA?
We actually do.
You get your shit rocked. Okay. Well, you know, every place has its thing, right? Like New York, it gets a little cold sometimes. LA, you got massive earthquakes and fire, but you do get great weather all the time. So maybe that's the price to pay. But still with these fires, I think it's complete negligence. And then they're paying these firefighters $5. You can't buy anything for $5. You can't buy a coffee for $5 and they're paying firefighters $5 to work 24/7 all week long, risk their lives, and just the most insane work. Like, if they're not working, LA is just a fucking barbecue. So, yeah, maybe pay them a little bit more than that. It's so weird. It's weird because it's like, what do you do? How do you hold people accountable for this? I think the best part is that rich people and famous people are involved because I think they're gonna want someone to pay. And I feel like they get even more, they have a taste of revenge that sinks deeper than even poor people because they have the access to bury and twist the knife. So let's hope that that happens. And LA, California, you have me love. Long time. Jamaica. Um, this is also a pro-Jamaican podcast. On a lighter note, I wanted to do a little story time and tell the story my mom almost got murdered. Um, which is kind of crazy. I always forget about it, but it's a true. Did I ever tell you this story, Justin? Yeah, my mom almost got murdered when she was in college. Basically, a guy broke into her apartment. I mean, I think the door was open. It was like the 80s. I don't even know if they had locks on doors back then. Guy breaks into her apartment. My mom wakes up to him choking her, which is horrible way to wake up. Like, I mean, you wake up and someone's choking you and you're like trying to figure out, wait, what's going on? Why are you choking me? Who are you? And then you're like, wait, are you like trying to kill me? Like all that stuff. But I mean, on the bright side, I guess if you are getting choked the first thing in the morning, if you live, your day can only get better from there. But so this guy's choking my mom, right? And then my mom's like, you know, yelling or something. And then my Aunt Jane, she's living with my aunt at the time. She walks in to be like, Dana, I'm sleeping and stop screaming for help. Jesus Christ. And and she walks in and then the guy sees my Aunt Jane and then he like freaks out and he just sprints away and he dips. And then I was like, Mom, did you like did he ever get caught? Did you call the police? And she said no. She didn't call. She's like, well, he was gone, and how were they gonna find him? I'm like, dude, the 80s was a wild time. I'm like, what do you mean how? By being the police. I mean, you don't want to restrain? She's like, yeah, we just thought we would lock the door from then on. I'm like, I guess, but I don't know. My mom is, I think, who's the real psycho, right? This guy or my mom? Um, not saying my mom was asking for it, but Jesus Christ, just call someone, you know? But yeah, my mom, she's very religious, so her version is that, which I think is kind of funny, is that this guy was choking her, and then when my Aunt Jane came into her room, that God turned my Aunt Jane into a devil. And so when he saw my aunt, he like freaked out because he saw the devil and then he ran away. I mean, that could be, but have you ever seen my Aunt Jane without any makeup on? That's a devil if you ask me. Just kidding. She's beautiful. And no, but I mean, maybe I think it could, I mean, to see it is kind of suspicious that like you're literally going there to kill someone and then the reason why you stop killing someone is because another woman's there and you freak out and you leave, you know? Like did was he just like embarrassed or nervous? You know? He's like, like he like, this isn't gonna be the same if you're here. It was supposed to be special and now it's not. But he like my mom said he looked at Jane and the look on his face was as if he saw the scariest, most monstrous thing. And I'm like, Mom, relax. It's Jane, okay? That's your sister. Don't be mean. But but yeah, she thinks God turned Jane into a devil and then he say, I mean, to be fair, he never came back to finish the job. But it's just crazy because you think like if my mom got murdered, like I would literally not be alive. If you get murdered, your kids can't be alive and you like snip off a string of like future, you know? Do you know what I'm saying? Like I'm thinking about it's like Back to the Future. It's also like Hercules. Do you remember that movie with Hades where he has all these strings and they're all representative of life and when he cuts them they're dead. It's like that. But I don't know. I feel like if I wasn't alive, if someone murdered my mom, I would be pissed. And then I think if I wasn't alive, maybe I would find a way to become alive in a different way, you know? Um, there's this story because I found there's this painting. I think I posted it to my story. Maybe you could flash a picture. I'll send you a picture, flash it up on the screen. There's these two little princes that I look like. Did you see that?
I did.
Do you think I look like them?
A little bit.
There's something about like my face. It's like this is there's something about my entire face that looks like these two little boys. But the thing is, they were like little princes back in England at like long, like 17th centuries type of stuff. And they were heir to the throne. And then they went missing, which nobody goes missing back in those days, ironically, which would be the easiest time to go missing. But if you go missing back then, you're dead. So they go missing. And then it was thought that the king at the time killed the boys so that he could remain king and he wouldn't need no, I think it was okay, so there was the king and then it was his brother killed his sons when the king died, so that there wouldn't be any he could have the throne basically, which is classic European royalty stuff. Classic. But and so then years later they found bones under like the staircase in the basement, like little kid bones, and they're like, yeah, it's them. Um, but then I'm like, maybe those boys came back as me, and so I have these two little princes inside of me. Because I've always felt like there's two little, teenage boys inside of me, you know? Do you ever feel like I just can feel them both? And so, and so I think I think this is a good theory. I'm so immature, and I think it's because I have two little teenage boys inside of me. Respectfully, and not in any way type of,
Yeah, it just sounds insane.
they're inside of me in a platonic, non-sexual way. I believe this is true. Sometimes science can't be explained, you know? Um, and that's that. But what was I? Oh, my mom was murdered. Or no, my mom wasn't murdered, so that's good. So that's good. And my mom's a great person. She, I guess, is a little bit she's a little bit, I guess, she's not really she doesn't think things deeply, I think. Like one time she was like, I think because she's watching the Dahmer documentaries, the Jeffrey Dahmer stuff. She was like, "Yeah, Elle, if you ever murdered anyone, I would be totally on your side." She's like socially kind of off. My whole family is socially off. Like, if there's anything you want to know about my family, we're all socially off, me included. My brother is autistic and has Asperger's. I don't know how you can have both, but he found a way. And my sister is, well, she's lovely, socially off. Mom, lovely, socially off. My mom will like walk into a room and she'll pretend like she knows everybody there. Like she'll walk into like a coffee shop in New York and be like, "Hey, I am like, who are you waving to? Like you don't know anybody here." She's like, "Oh, hello, hello, hello." I'm like, "Stop. You're so." And then my dad is basically like Michael Scott, but like not funny, you know? He's like the like if Michael Scott was a real person, that's my dad. And it's like he's just so painfully unfunny. It's insane. But he's when last time he was in New York, he's like, "I'm in New York City, New York, New York," like just the worst New York accent. Like he can't do an accent. He can't do all of his jokes don't make sense, and he'll die laughing to his own jokes. And I'm just sitting there like, brother, what? And then he gets his feelings hurt when I don't understand his jokes. I'm like, I have no idea. I couldn't even tell you where the joke began or where it ended or when it started. I have no idea. No idea. You're really gonna have to break it down. And I try to laugh. I can't fake laugh at things. But so what was I saying? My whole family is socially off. And what was the point of this? Oh, my mom was telling me if I murdered anyone. It was a nice sunny day. My mom loves me too much, way too much. And she's like, "Yeah, I love you so much. If you ever murdered anyone, I would support you." Thanks. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna. That's creepy. You freak. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do with that information? I can't. It's like, oh, driving with my friends, hit a couple people. Don't worry, guys. My mom said it's cool. Like, she's a weirdo. She's a weirdo, and that's faux show. Oh, I have a funny story. So my friend, I don't know how you guys are finding dating out there in the world. It's pretty rough everywhere. I think we can blame Biden for it or something. I don't know. Um, it's been rough though. I feel like it's rougher now more than ever. I think it's because, do you think it's because of the sad boy epidemic? Because all guys are sad and lonely and depressed, and so they're seeking, you know, short lasting enjoyment and dopamine rush through short and easy hookups and relationships, situationships. They're not really finding meaning and deep connection because they don't have the attention span or the will to put in any effort to actually make these connections. So then they're inherently finding themselves lonely and depressed, which is ironic because if you would just focus and find a sweet little lady or a sweet little man with a tight ass that you enjoy and just stick with them, I think you would find more fulfillment. Well, you're supposed to find fulfillment within yourself and not other people, but I think you would find discipline creates freedom. That's that's just what it is. Okay, that's the short and long of it. So, sad boy epidemic is affecting the dating pool, I guess. I guess. Anyways, my friend's going through a breakup, and he was like, and he mentioned that her sister lives near him, um, uh, the girl's sister, and I was joking, and I was like, "Oh, you should just hook up with the sister to get back at her, because it ended badly or whatever." And he's like, "No, I could never. I'm not attracted to the sister." And I'm like, "That's an interesting first reason." I would, like, I would think the first reason would be, "No, I couldn't. It's her sister." Not, "No, I couldn't. She's not hot." The second reason was because it's her sister. And I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." And he's like, "No, no, no. Well, obviously it's her sister, but also I'm not attracted to her." Men, so funny. You guys are all dogs. Fucking dogs. Hilarious. I mean, so are women though. We are dogs. We are dogs in our own way. Guys are just more like blatantly dogs. You guys are just fucking wild mutts that are just so obviously diseased, and you guys all have like one leg and you're like, that's horrible. But then us, we're like purebreds, but we have all these like genetic deficiencies, like a pug or something. Like we can't breathe right because I don't know if this metaphor makes any sense. But we're not, I feel like women aren't obviously as we're just as fucked up where it's just not obvious. Some girls are pretty obviously crazy. Dude, some girls I have not known. I thought I was crazy. I'm not even scratching the surface. There are women DMing like all my guy friends, like comedians. They're like DMing them pictures of their vaginas and their boobs, like my friend was showing a FaceTime that he recorded, which is fucked up. Don't be sending videos to male comedians because they will save them and they will show everybody. Just by the way, if I get shot, just know it's because I said this information. And it's just this girl with her shirt off and I'm like, "What? What? You guys, we got to keep it together. Keep it in the shirt, okay? Keep it in the shirt. Don't be showing these male comics your tatas. They don't. It's not worth it. They're sick fucks." Mm. But yeah, some women are quite crazy. I was talking to a lesbian recently, and she was jokingly saying that I was queer baiting, which is I don't think is the right term, but it's like when you dress gay but you're not gay or you present that you're gay. You kind of do but I'm like, this is just my person. Everyone has always thought I was gay, like my entire life. There's never been a time where people aren't like, are you not gay? You know? So I don't know why. I mean, I know this is my personality because my dad low key hates women, not like in a bad way, but he's just always been like, ooh, my computer's gonna die. 1 second, emergency press conference. My dad doesn't hate women per se, but it was pretty obvious that he finds women annoying, difficult, and frustrating. And so when I was young, because he doesn't like all the stuff that comes with women, he doesn't like the hubbubaloo, I might say, like all the nails and the clothes and the hair and the products. Like he just my dad is very gay, you know. He is a homosexual. He's a closeted homosexual and he loves men. Like my dad's face when he's around women versus when he's around men is night and gay. You know what I'm saying? Like he loves being like he just lights up a room when he's in a room with men. And then room with women, he's like this. Room with men, he's like this, you know? But so he doesn't like he loves like the simplicity of men. He likes how they're quick, he has no patience. And so like when I grew up, I could see he really hated like everything. I also think he just hated my mom, but and so he didn't like women and I was like, "Oh, perfect, because I'm not a girl." So I dressed like a boy, I talked like a boy. I was like, "Football, that's cool. Um, cigars, that's what's up." You know, I love boy stuff. I'll fish, I'll hunt, I'll do all this stuff. And now I'm just kind of a dude because I'm a pick me girl for my dad. Okay. And this is just my personality now. And I'm trying to undo it. But I do enjoy men's stuff. And I don't know. This is just how I talk. I talk like probably a guy because this is how my dad will respect me. So, so yeah, everyone thinks I'm gay. But I'm not faking it. It's just my personality. It's just my personality. But then, you know, ironically, I do tend to attract like the guys that I usually end up liking the most are like more feminine kind of gay guys, you know? And and I this is an issue. This is just a sidebar. I am attracted to gay men. Like when I see two gay men making out on the street, I pause. I, s- you know, I say, can I take a picture? They say, why? And I say, because it will last longer. Because I think it's hot when two guys are making out. I'm like hyper straight. Does that make me gay? I think in some way. I don't know. It's really confusing. I also think there's something so attractive about a guy imagining having sex with me and going like, "Ugh," you know, like that would be so gross to him. Like him being like absolutely repulsed by having sex with me, like that turns me on. And so now I want to have sex with you. And then they're like, I'm fully gay and I would never touch you in a million years. And I'm like, quit turning me on. How about that? How about that? Step one, stop whispering sweet nothings in my ear. So that's difficult. That's something I'm going through. And I have made out with gay men before. One time I tricked a gay guy into making out with me. I know this is not good, but I had to, you know, I was attracted to him. We were at Coachella actually. We were at Coachella. Remember? Yeah, so Justin's a longtime friend. I know you were accomplice. He was accomplice to it. It's not I didn't have sex with him. I just forced him to make out with me. That's not true. He eventually agreed after I was begging. Listen, he eventually he eventually consented after I was begging him for like an hour. So basically, at Coachella, I'm trying to get Molly for my friends. Do you remember any of this?
I do recall that part. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm trying to get Molly for my friends because I'm a good friend, I'm a good person. And so I run into this drug dealer. This drug dealer is fucking crazy. Okay. White guy, dreads down to his ass, red, flaming hair. Okay. Just to set the scene. Gauges, you know who I'm talking about. And he's like, I got you. I got the best Molly. I'm Lil Wayne's drug dealer. Shows me all these pictures of him and Lil Wayne. I'm like, that sounds right. I'm like, okay, great. Can I have, gives me Molly, incredible Molly. Okay. And you know it's good Molly, by the way, if it only lasts for like 2 to 3 hours. Like that Molly where you take it and you're up for like a week, that is cut with I don't even want to tell you what it is. Okay, it's fentanyl on drugs. It's like meth, fentanyl, all the things. Rat poison, whatever. So so good Molly, you're gonna go to sleep that night, basically. You're not gonna be up all night. So he gives me it, and then I find my friends. I'm like, I found Molly, and they're like, where is it? I'm like, inside me. And then, and then, and then, they're like, well, can you get some more for us? And I'm like, I'm on it, because I'm a good friend. I'm a good person. So I go and I find the Molly, and I come back. I give it to my friends. But the thing is, this guy now he wants to have a baby with me. This drug dealer, he's like, I want you to have my kid. And I'm like, "Ooh, uh, no, thank you. Like I don't know how to. It was a weird pitch. Like he was just like, I have another kid with another woman, and I think you would be a great person to have my second kid. And I'm like, that. I mean, I appreciate the thought, but absolutely not. But he was giving me Molly, so it was a hard. I was like, "Can I think about it?" And he was like, "Yeah." So then eventually, we're all at a concert. I think we're all at Lady Gaga, and one of our friends is a gay guy, and attracted to him. I would say yes, he's gay, and I see the um, drug dealer. He's in the crowd. He's looking at me, and he's kind of like he's behind us. I'm kind of worried because he's just staring bullets at me. And I turn to the gay guy. I'm like, hey, we have to start making out. And he's like, absolutely not. I'm like, we gotta because there's this guy, and I think he's gonna take me away and think he's gonna kill me if you don't make out with me right now. It's the only way. And he's like, Elle, 100% no, get away from me. And then I say, please, 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 come on, come on. Like it's just a make out. I won't tell anybody. It'll be our little secret because gay people, they look down on other gay people who make out with straight people. So he's like, okay. I'm like, you're going to save my life. It's really important. And so we make out. Oh, it was so nice. It was so nice. I'm like, come on, this is great. Gay guys are so good at kissing. That's the thing. Because they know what they're doing, you know? They I've never met a gay guy who's bad at kissing. And I've proudly convinced 2 people to kiss me. And then the second one, we made out once and I tried to do it again and he said, Elle, no. And I respected it. And then I gave him a little peck on the cheek. Just in case he wanted an extra taste, but he didn't. He was like, I'm actually uncomfortable. So that's how I got a gay guy to make out with me, and it was so nice. I think about it from time to time because there's nothing worse than a bad kisser. And there's nothing better than making out with someone who doesn't want to have sex with you. Because I feel like guys, of course, I like having sex with men. It's incredible. But I feel like I'm always worried about, if I make out with you, you're gonna think I want to have sex with you, which I do, just maybe not right now. I'm just trying to get to know you. Why can't we just make out and have fun? You know, making out I think is way better than sex sometimes because it's like I don't know, it's more passion, I think. It's more intimacy sometimes. Um I don't know. I'm just a makeout whore for gay men. So why was I talking about this? Oh, my dad's gay. And why was it, how did I get here? I can't even remember what I was talking about. I was talking about gay men. Oh, so yeah, so also the type of straight guys I am into are typically a little gay. Um, but also I love a beefy like guy who looks like he's never even seen a gay guy before, you know, like those super masculine. I love those guys, but those guys don't love me. I feel like they like a more girly girl, so I think that's the disconnect. If those masculine guys would love me, I would love them back. Or like a badass boy. No badass boys like me. I'm too boring, I guess. I don't know. Oh, the other day I took Vyvanse, which is incredible. I love meth. I took Vyvanse after not taking it for a long time. I slid into a guy's DM at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. I was like, you're fucking hot. Oh my God. I don't know. It's like that. Do you take Adderall, Justin?
I do not.
It's crazy. It really should be illegal because when you don't take it for a long time and you take it, it really feels like you're on crack. You're like, you're saying yes to everything. You're making plans. You have all these ideas, you feel so confident, you're sliding into people's DMs at fucking 9 a.m. I'm like, I'm literally lighting my life on fire at 9 a.m. And then by the end of the day, I'm like, Jesus Christ, what have I done? I need more meth. What a life I live. Um, what else is going on? Oh, I am getting a new mattress and I ordered a TaskRabbit to help because I bought it from a person, and the TaskRabbit is Chinese and Russian. Interesting. I know, double threat. I was like, whoa, Chinese and Russian? That's like America's biggest fear, you know? Like you're like the ultimate hybrid. What would be what's like a third thing he could be that would be like a triple threat? Like Chinese, Ru Russian, Jamaican is not that threatening, I don't think.
Oh, you were looking for threat.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Romanian.
Romania. Oh, wait. Who are the big superpower? Oh, Israeli, right? Would that be strong? Mm. Ooh, you know what? Okay. If he was, I feel like if I say any third thing, it's just gonna come off really offensive. That's the problem. But Chinese and Russian, he's a fucking, what is he? He's a vodka ninja. He's an explosive, explosive ninja. So I'm thinking something like atomic bomb, because Russian people love to explode things. Something with bomb and something with ninja. If I could write a joke about a ninja and a bomb, that would be great. What's worse, ninja or bomb? Both at once. You get karate chopped and then you get exploded. Wow. I'm really bad at writing jokes at the top of my head, huh? Um, well, I don't know if he is a ninja, but is that really bad to say? Because I'm just saying he's good at fighting and he's good at what are Russian people good at?
Fighting.
Fighting.
Yeah, like bare
They're
knuckle fighting.
yeah, they're brute. They're brewed as fuck, and they drink the vodka. So he can. So he's got the fists and the sword.
Yeah. Also, ninjas are Japanese.
Oh, oh fuck! I've made a huge mistake. I've made a huge mistake. China is. I mean, this is a pro-China podcast, so I'm so embarrassed. Um, the Han Dynasty, was that China? Who's that famous guy that that we're all kind of related to because he had sex with like millions of people? Genghis Khan? Yeah. That's who's moving my mattress, essentially. Genghis Khan. Sorry. Just trying to be funny. It's all jokes, people. It's all jokes. It's all fun jokes, literally. Also, by the way, this is just a FYI. If you're sick, if you have, and I'm not just talking like flu, if you have the cold, if you have a cold, don't hang out with people. Don't go to work. Your work might say you have no sick days. Tell your work to fuck off because this is so annoying when you're hanging out with someone having like a, I don't know, 20-minute conversation. Halfway through, you realize they're sick. And you're like, ew, why are you talking to me, you diseased, disgusting, vile motherfucker? It's just like, just if you're sick in any capacity, just stand in a corner by yourself, keep everyone away from you, wear a mask or do something. I mean, you don't have to wear a mask, but like literally stay away from people. Don't be like sharing drinks and ask people to help you move and, you know, say, do you want to watch a movie? No, you're gross, dude. The snot. And it's like, I don't, having a cold is like so inconvenient that it is the worst thing ever because you have to still do stuff. You can't just be like, I have a cold, I'm gonna like, it's not that bad, but it's bad enough where it makes your whole day shit. So don't talk to people when you have a cold. It's so annoying. I wish if you have a cold, these are the people who should be fighting the LA fires, not these prisoners. I don't know. I don't know, just throwing stuff out there, guys. Just throwing stuff out there, seeing what's good. Seeing what's good, seeing what's happy. I hope you guys are having a good day, having a good Friday. Hope you guys have a good weekend. It's January, is a little cold. I love how everyone in New York is complaining, like, oh, it's cold, while LA is like completely on fire. It's like the way we bitch here is incredible. We stand in solidarity with LA by telling everybody I'm cold. Um, Quit complaining, you dumb bitch. This is why I don't live in Chicago though. Like yesterday, it was so fucking cold and there was wind slapping me in the face and reminded me of what it's like to live in Chicago. I'm not kidding you, from October until March. It is freezing and the winds are just you I can't believe anybody lives there. It's really tundra. And I love Chicago. It's the best. It's painful. It's painful. You really got to stay inside. It's not a walking city. It's already not really a walking city, but with the winds, you're like, brother, God bless anybody who lives there. I do love my Chicago fam, but I do not know how you do it. That's for damn sure. Is there anything else I wanted to touch on? I think I wanted to touch on, oh, one more thing. Men, check your breath. I have talked to one too many people where I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Were you just sucking Bowser's dick? Like, why is it so hot? It's hot and it's stinky, dude. And it's exclusively men. And one lesbian it's happened to. Exclusively men and one lesbian. And I'm giving her a pass because she's a girl and you know what? It probably was a one-time thing. But the guys, it's a repetitive thing. Like, you have to brush your teeth. I don't know if you guys know this. And I'm just saying this because the listeners are 70% men. So if you don't know, that's fine, but now you'll know. So you wake up, right? You brush your teeth, you mouthwash, you mouthwash. Now, the whole day goes by, right? And if you're going to go out after work, after 5 p.m., 6 p.m., when you're done with your day, guess what you do? You didn't guess it because your breath smells. You brush your teeth again. I know, horrible. Poor little you, my poor little prince. You got to brush your teeth again, mouthwash again. Horrible. I know your life is so hard. I'm so sorry. It's so hard. LA is on fire, but God forbid you have to brush your teeth twice in a day. So brush your teeth, mouthwash twice in a day before you go out, right? Because your breath is not, especially if you've been talking, people don't think about this. When you're talking all day, you're releasing, like, your mouth is dry, it's gross, it's cultivating this stank, this what's it called when there's like thing in like when there's like a little pond and there's a lot of like bio things. Do you know what I'm talking about? Where like if a body falls in, it'll embalm it, and they're like in Ireland. That's basically what's happening to your mouth, okay? It's becoming an environment where bacteria can grow so disgustingly that it could embalm a human, all right? So you got to brush your teeth before you go out again. And then let's say you make it back home again and you want to go out again, brush your teeth again. This is just how the world works. And then when you come back, before you go to bed, you guessed it. You got to brush your teeth, mouthwash, you do it all again. And you won't have stinky breath. And by the way, if a girl smells your breath, doesn't matter how hot you are, it doesn't matter who you are, what your personality is, it's over forever. I smell and instantly no. It's not even instantly no, I'm going to give him one more chance. It's instantly no forever. Think about Hades cutting that string of life. She just cut your string of life. You will never have another chance. Because smell is the strongest scent that triggers memory. I didn't think about that till now. What am I, a fucking genius? Jesus Christ. And on that note, this has been El Diablo, the podcast. Have a great Friday. Peace.